Hi Collective, so welcome back to my channel, Crystal Shadow Work. If you're catching this first reading of this series, then you should definitely check out the one that I just did, because this is going to be part 2 to that reading. If you don't know what reading it is, you'll see them all next to each other. It's labeled Milk and Honey. Okay, because my readings do build off of each other, so know that. If you're not subscribed to my channel, you definitely should, so that way you'll get the notifications as when I upload the videos, so you'll know when they go together, right? Because I always try to upload the series that I do together. Okay, so anyway, with this one, it's part 2, Milk and Honey. But that reading, you know, there's a strong energy of somebody's like not realizing that they're in this very beautiful energy, because sometimes everything's got to fall apart for it to come together. So sometimes when things are falling apart, you often don't see the beauty of what's going on around you, right? Especially when you're going through losses of like a home, a car, a job, when your life's being like restructured. Sometimes it's hard to see, in fact, why. And sometimes you're put in places kind of as like bridges, right? To get you from one place to the next. Because things aren't yet materialized, or maybe you're doing some healing, some inner work, right? So I really feel that this is very beautiful. So I'm going off the same deck that I was working with, the Wisdom Oracle, right? And we kept seeing the Milk and Honey card come out, right? And I was also seeing regeneration. So I was like, well, let me get back into this energy and see what other messages are coming out. So right away, the first 2 cards that came out were regeneration and orphaned, right? So these are very strong energy. Like you said, this orphan energy, I feel, is who's feeling this right now. You're kind of feeling as though you're left out in the cold. You kind of are feeling as though you're lost, you're alone. You're not seeing all the love that's going on around you at this time, because maybe you've had to let go of some connections. And I've been talking about this. I've been talking about, you know, this end of the year energy is very significant for closing out a lot of karmic cycles that have been happening within family members, friends, people that are near and dear to us, people that have been in our lives for quite some time that maybe we didn't want to let go of, or we didn't want to see it as being a karmic cycle relationship situation. This is a huge time of change, and it's like a lot of us have been having divine interventions have been happening to remove these blockages that have been there for a very long time. For some of us, it's like even since childhood. For some of you, you could be healing some inner child wounds here that you've had ever since a child, where you have in fact felt as though you were orphaned, even though you weren't. Maybe for some of you were, but you still have this wound here. For others of you, you could have just felt this way, feeling as though you're the black sheep of the family, feeling as though, you know, whatever that may have been. But there's been a big healing of inner child wounds that have been going on too. So to me, this regeneration it's like a second chance. For a lot of you, you're realizing that you in fact get a second chance at life. You get to pursue things that you didn't think that you could pursue before. A lot of you are, because you're getting freed of these energies now, you're able to go back to that dreaming energy. That energy that you felt as though you were a child, right? So as I put the deck down, because I pay attention to where I split the deck to when I stop to receive a download or a message, and right there was new life. So there's definite look, and I just realized this, that I picked it up, and these cards were on the bottom that I missed picking up, so that was another split there, right? And I was seeing this from the last reading too, to the sea. So we're going to have to take a look at that one. Underneath is here and now and fork in the road, right? So these are all significant to this reading here. So for some of you, it's like maybe you were at a fork in the road and you had to make some sort of major decision, or one could be coming up, right? Because it is showing here and now. So maybe for right now, some of you have a decision on which way you're going to go, where you're going to travel, what you're going to do. There definitely needs to be some decisions that need to be made here. But this here and now wants you to be in the moment, right? They want you to assess everything that's going on. What do you feel at this time? What are challenges have you overcome? What have you noticed? What are you seeing? What are you feeling, right? What are the synchronicities? 4:41 on the clock when I say that. So there's definitely this energy here. Changes in the wind, to be fair, is underneath here. This is happening to bring in fairness. You are not living where things were fair. And this is so significant. This is what's happening for everybody, really, is it's about justice and karma and the scales being balanced. Things have to be fair for us to heal this world, for us to rise up, for us to bring the vibrations up, to elevate. Things have to be leveled out, right? So there's a lot of this energy of justice and things being balanced, right? So you may be noticing that this was a huge year of balance. If you really look around, and I've been saying this for everything, it's like, it's funny, like I was even telling my lover, like in football, I'm like, watch all the teams start to win that have not really been winning very much. It's going to be like a flip almost. And he's been seeing it happen, like, wow, all of the teams that he's normally betting are winning or not, because he's going off the patterns of how well they've played and all of that. And it's because it really is, things are being fair and things are being balanced. It may not seem that way too, because at the same time people are getting those injustices are happening, but some of you, it's like you're getting things removed that you thought that were fair for you, but it's because you have to let it go because something better's coming and things like that. But this is a year of balance, right? It's a year of 6, so it's very significant. Anyway, I won't get too much into that. So this beautiful energy of being here and now, you need to know that for some of you could be in that bridge, right? But you're getting a second chance, you're getting a new beginning. So for some of you, like, maybe you just need to realize, like, oh my gosh, like, now I have an opportunity to try for this. It's like say there was something holding you back. Say you were with somebody and maybe your plans, your dreams, your visions were not in alignment with theirs, so you kind of just told yourself, well, I can't pursue that now because I'm with this person. But now if you're not with them anymore, now all of a sudden you might be, wow, that could definitely change, right? Like, here's a for instance, like, say you're with somebody that didn't want to have children and or they were done having children or whatever, and you just have this mindset like, all right, well, I'm not gonna have any more children now because I'm with this person, whatever. And maybe you thought they were your forever after, and then all of a sudden situations change and arise, and all of a sudden you have that feeling like, wow, this could dramatically change my life. Now I have this available to me. This, just those sort of things. It's like very unexpected things that you didn't even think could change are going to. And for some of you, it's like maybe you're getting opportunities, you're getting money that you didn't think that you would ever have, like, the funds available to pursue to further your education, or or to start something, or this is such a beautiful time. It's really about aligning everybody with their divine life path and purpose. It's really about dreams to be manifested. So it's like when the universe can work and bring these things to you and give you these opportunities, these leg ups, these beautiful energies, like, that's what's happening, right? It really is about bringing love and light to this world, right? And so with karma coming down on people too, it's weighing that down for more leveling up to happen, if that makes sense. Alright, so I wanted to look more into the cards now. So we're going to look at this to the sea that I've been seeing, and it's number 7. So to the sea is about being in the flow, returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together in a natural pattern of events. So you're going to start to see that things are part of a plan, right? Whenever you see a boat in water, I think of movement, travel, change. And I've been getting this very strong energy of, like, somebody that's been, moved somewhere. There's an unfinished symphony that they're showing me too, that I flipped the deck over. So there's definitely something that was unfinished that needed a restart, a regeneration, right? A new beginning. So there are points in relationships when you have to decide to go with the flow rather than dictate the course that you share with another. Like, I'm getting for some of you, it's like if you're in a situation, you're constantly looking at the negative sides or how things aren't going to work out or why they are, whatever. You're missing the positive. you guys need to flip the mindset more to the positive at this time, because that could be why you're missing this, why this is an unfinished symphony. Because if you're looking at this the same way that you did before, that is in fact why you're missing it. And you guys could very much be missing out on a second chance opportunity, because this is a regeneration. And, when I feel this orphaned energy, this is somebody that feels as though they're not good enough. They feel as though they don't deserve this, or for some reason they've told themselves that, like, because of their upbringing or their life or something like that, that they don't deserve to have this, right? And it's kind of like, this is someone that's like counted themselves out. Well, you know what? It's like the universe, source is counting you in. It's like they have your back now. So maybe you need to try again, because now they in fact have your back, and they're in fact bringing in an unfinished symphony that you deserve to have. That's what's happening here. So whatever this may be for you, for some of you it could be a completely changed course of action with this fork in the road, right? But you're definitely being brought to a situation, but they want you to be in the moment, right? Here and now, and know this. Let's look at the here and now. 32. Being fully present in the moment, living one day at a time. And we got the chalkboard in the last reading too, where that says, don't plan too far out, focus in the moment right now. Work with the resources that you have available to you right now. Yes, you can start planning, right? But don't get too far off, because things could come about in ways that you would have never expected them, right? It's just like if you get, say, some of you, like you've lost a home or a car or whatever, so you're so focused on a certain way to get a new home, car, job, right? But you're not focusing on the here and the now and seeing what resources are available to you right now, and you're so focused on certain way to get things, certain things, like if you tell yourself, well, I have to save up money, I've got to have so much money to put down and all this, and you're so focused on putting it out there, and you have the projection that, well, I won't be able to get a car or get a home for a couple months, and you're so focused on that mindset. It's like you're basically telling the universe, like, all right, well, I don't want a home for a couple months, I don't want a car, so much money's got to be, I've got to get it through this place or whatever. You're not leaving room for the universe to manifest and materialize and bring things to you, right? So this is why they want you to focus in the moment and be aware and kind of take in the surroundings now. Kind of look at the fact like, all right, well, if you don't have these resources available to you right now that you've always had, what are other ways, right? Now that you don't have those burdens on you, right, or those things, like, look at the here and the now, right? Maybe you were a person, because you had, these things, you were always on the go, right? You weren't focusing on the moment. Like, they put you somewhere for a reason. You need to focus on that. Why are you there now? Why? You're somewhere for a reason, right? You could very much be getting a beautiful gift. You guys, the universe works in mysterious ways, and this is the season of miracles, and there's always miracles, but I always say this is such a beautiful season. Everybody's very much in the giving season, and love is just so much more heightened at this time. This beautiful energy that there's just so much giving, and that's why, like, the donations and all of that, it's just huge at this time of year. People are really in this giving and this love and this beautiful energy, right? And it's just, I've always loved this season. So it's, if you're catching this in real time, this is definitely always the time, I say, of miracles and blessings. But there always is, right? So you need to be open to those things, right? There very much is a new life emerging, and I'm really excited to see what 2023 is going to bring, right? Because of the vibrational change, So, let's see, the 32, the here and the now. So everything happens in the now, in the present. Only this moment counts. You have what it takes to handle anything today if you let go of the need to look into the future or reflect on the past. Be present and notice what is going on right now. This is the very moment, the potential for you to create miracles in your life, right? So this is time, just start manifesting, and know that when you kind of let go a little bit and you live in the now, and you're in this very grateful energy, right? In this very beautiful energy, you're manifesting things in your highest timeline, whether you realize it or not. That's why often the best things and the miracles that come to you are often when you're not even looking for them or asking for them, right? Alright, so I'm illustrating here as part 2 to go with the milk and honey, and that's where somebody, is not seeing all the beauty around them at the moment because they're so focused on the changes that have happened, on what they've lost and all of that. So it's really about changing the mindset. So you'll definitely want to take a look at part 3, because part 3, I'm going to go off this energy. I'm not sure how it's going to go yet, so definitely subscribe to my channel if you have not, so get the notifications of all of my future uploads. I know that if you are guided to me, you're definitely guided to me for a reason. Know that. So just definitely take a look at more of my readings. And I love any of the interactions that you guys do, whether you're commenting, liking the videos, or just subscribing. Alright, love you guys. Bye.